Hey everyone, are you ready for our next Ninja Camp weekend? This weekend we're going to be focusing on taking off stealing and putting on hard work. Nobody likes a stealer, right? But we also don't like people who don't work hard. In this day of age where we live in a very much of an entitlement society, where people, not we all, people, especially certain generations, think they are entitled to everything. So this is a great little lesson for us to share with the kids this weekend. But before we dig into that lesson a little bit, I want to share a couple procedural things with you I'm going to make sure you know about. This weekend, we typically always have a group game when the kids are coming in, then MC runs and orchestrates for us. We will not have that this particular weekend. So this weekend, we will have stations set up. We'll do the Xbox, hula hoops, Lego wall, coloring station, things like that. The kids really seem to enjoy that. We started that this summer. So I'm going to try to do that once a month, and I'm going to pick this weekend to be that week that we do that. So for small group coaches, you won't be joining in a game, but instead we need somebody who's at the hub helping to greet and welcome our new families and returning guests, and then also even somebody at the door just welcoming families. I love to hold the door and say good morning, and families really seem to enjoy that. So we want to make sure we do that. Also, this is the last weekend that I'm going to attach the lesson to this video and email. And the reason is that the church is moving super fast on getting this new system up and going. So I want to make sure that you are prepared and successful with that. So if you are still having trouble getting your lesson off Planning Center, please come see me. Like Winnie said, I might have to show you a million times, and that's okay. I totally do not mind. So I want to help you with that. And speaking of lessons, some of you may not know, but every week in the youth auditorium, if you go to that back wall where all the little lanyards are hanging, on that wall right there are 3 cubbies. One says K1, 2, 3, and 4, 5. Those are actually the following week's lessons printed for you. So if you really like that printed lesson, just grab it before you leave for the night, or for the weekend, and that will give you the next week's, and then you don't even have to worry about looking for it on Planning Center. Okay, so things with the lesson. I had a great suggestion from one of our K1 small group coaches, and she asked if she could play the Zacchaeus songs. When you take a look at your lesson, you'll see this is all about Zacchaeus. And when our kids were in preschool, they used to sing the Zacchaeus song. Now, I'm not going to sing it for you because I have a terrible singing voice, but you can totally look it up on your phone, and I bet the kids would love it if you played that during the lesson. Maybe at the beginning of the lesson to get their attention. You could do it just before you do the the story part of the lesson if you want. You could even save it for the end as a reward. Hey, if you guys are really great, I've got this fun, silly song that we're gonna sing. Anytime you bring out your cell phone, they get super excited to watch a video. So older grades, don't be afraid to use a song too. The kids will probably laugh a little bit like they're too big for this, but they'll remember it from their preschool days. So don't be afraid to use the song. I think it's a fabulous idea. Also, you'll see in the lesson that it says you need an electronic device to show the images for the lesson. You really don't have to. The images in there are for if you have time and you want to retell the story. This might be good for older grades especially, and then they can just use the pictures and try to retell the story. Maybe do it as a race or in a group, whatever you might want. But it isn't necessary. So make sure you take a peek at the lesson and decide if you are going to use it. If you're not going to do that, you don't really need to bring in a device to show those images. So 2, 3, and K1, your Bible story lesson will say to have the kids really paying attention to you. Hey, when you hear these words, up, down, left, right, you're going to do this in the story. 2, 3, step it up a notch. When it says up, have them stand up. When it says down, have them sit down. Lean left, lean right. Or kindergarten and first grade, we want to keep a little bit simple because you'll lose them too much, so they can sit up tall, crouch down, move to the left, move to the right. So just some ideas when doing it with that lesson. And 4, 5 for you, same thing. You can modify as you want. You guys seem to be really great at making it just a little better for your older kids. So the lessons also call for using a Ninja Star. I know I wasn't here that first week, and so they're using paper. I'm actually really going to try to get you some actual Ninja Stars to pass around and to touch and hold. So I think that's it. Looking at all my notes, yep, I think that's it. So I will see you guys this weekend. Enjoy this awesome, beautiful fall weather we are having. Thanks so much. See you 15 minutes prior to service and at the pre-service huddle. So see you then. Bye.